Well, hello and happy Sunday to you. Hope you're doing great. I am doing a little bit better today than yesterday. And if you watched yesterday, the shock of kind of the geopolitical situation has started to, I wouldn't say wear off, but maybe we're absorbing it a little bit more. Yesterday, though, I had a wonderful day, coldest night of the year with so many wonderful volunteers and staff from Neighborhood Works. Spent the day in the kitchen, served well over 100 people, and it was just a beautiful show of community spirit for those who are most vulnerable among us. So absolutely thrilled with that. And hopefully the Conservation Council had a wonderful Scudic sessions as well. Yesterday felt a bit like a community calendar announcement because we had those two really wonderful events and probably many more happening in our community. Sometimes it's hard to name them all, although that is something that I feel like I would love the municipality to get even better at, which is creating one place where we can know everything that's going on, because there are usually a lot of wonderful things happening in our community, and it's hard to get to know them all. I mean, the Taste of Brazil event on Friday night seemed absolutely amazing. I've been seeing videos coming out. So the winter is wearing off a little bit, and we are kind of emerging and celebrating a lot of wonderful things together. Today, though, if yesterday felt like a community calendar, today might feel a bit more like a public service announcement. Because this week I want to get more into, well, this fun stuff. Are you ready to have a good time? Yep, that does say the General Operating Fund Budget 2026. This is the nitty gritty, all right? Yeah, we did some inspirational stuff last week about communities in like Chemainus and Almont. And I love telling stories about the potential of our community and where we can go together, because ultimately that is what I want to do: lead a council you trust, and move in a direction. I want to be sharing an action plan that we all understand, and a lot of that is understanding and sharing with you the budget, where your money is going, how your money is acquired. First of all, my money as well. I'm a property tax owner, so I do pay property taxes. That goes to the municipal funding. And so, the municipality has basically, you can think of it as three funds. There's the operating fund, which is money that needs to be spent to make sure the lights stay on, figuratively and quite literally, in some senses. And then there is the capital budget, where the municipality allocates funds to, build something new, maintain equipment, right? And then there is the utilities fund, water and sewer, which needs to be legally a separate fund. And of course, that is mandated by the, say it with me now, Local Governance Act. So those are kind of the three pots that our money goes in when it comes to revenue and how your tax dollars are acquired and where they go. And I do want to start getting more into that. I'm looking forward to starting to knock doors this week. Yes, I am literally coming to a door near you. But I had some questions. I mentioned it really briefly last week when I was giving the roundup of what happened in town council on Wednesday. The regular monthly meeting happened, and near the end there was approval of the town council grants. The Municipal District of St. Stephen every year, let me just show you here. On page, unfortunately there's no page numbers on this document, but under expenditures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hey, for fun, I will link to where you can get your very own copy of the budget, and you can print it out and have fun with it, just like I am right now. So on page, what did I just say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On page 6, we have an area that delineates common services and grants. And under those, we've got two items. The municipal district allocates really 5 grants, and so we can talk about those in the future. One of them is there's development grants, economic development grants. There's the library grants. So those are kind of like, okay, that we can talk about that. But a couple of line items here that the municipality has allocated funds for are the Community Grants Fund And that's what I want to talk about today, because I just alluded to it, how the council passed that in the agenda on Wednesday. And then the other one is the medical professionals incentive program. And that's something that the current council set money aside to help recruit doctors. And interestingly, a lot of municipalities are finding themselves in this situation where all things medical are under the provincial mandate. But municipalities are finding themselves having to entice, for lack of a better word, incentivize medical professionals to their communities in order for our residents to get the medical services they need. So a kind of rural community like ours, it's not a major urban center, will often have to ask and recruit and find doctors and their families to come and live here. So that is what that is about. So you'll notice each fund here has $50,000. So the medical recruitment fund is $50,000 and the community grants fund is $50,000. Now, this is kind of new to me. I haven't really encountered exactly what this is. Although my wife, who works for Horizon, says, Mark, every nonprofit head and every nonprofit knows about this. And so maybe I'm late to the game. And if you run a nonprofit, you either know about it or you definitely should know about it, because $50,000 every year is earmarked as a grant as part of the municipal budget. So every year, if you go to the municipality website, I'm just looking at it here, and you go to the municipal office section of the website, there is on the left bar an awards, grants, and sponsorships section. My printer's going nuts right now. And that is where, if you click on that, you will see the council grants program and the policies. So the policy portion is really important. It basically walks you through, if you're eligible, how to apply. But there are 5 criteria, as I alluded to last time, and I just want to let you know what that goes to. So there's the tourism economic development aspect. So that includes organizations that contribute and benefit tourism by bringing non-municipal District of St. Stephen residents into the municipality, or promotion of events highlighting MDSS. So that's the first one. The community definition is it includes organizations that enable citizens to strengthen the personal community life of MDSS, and refers to organizations that strengthen neighborhoods, accessibility, and public involvement in organizations. This category includes quality of life organizations. The arts is the third criteria, and that includes organizations that produce, present, distribute, educate, or encourage appreciation in the creation of work in the literary, performing, or visual arts. The fourth is culture and heritage. That includes organizations that represent the creative capacities of citizens or celebration of racial or ethnic contributions, diversity and multiculturalism. And the fifth is environmental awareness and sustainability. And that's organizations with a primary focus of preservation, raising awareness of environmental, agricultural, or natural heritage issues and features. So if you have any kind of activity or program that falls under either any of those umbrellas, you can apply. Like I said, the funding deadline is September 30th to get your application in. And so what was passed this week was the 2026 round of grants. And so I just wanted to give you the rundown of what was involved. There were 15 applications received. The total funding requested was $53,862.50. And the total in-kind support requested was about $4,868. Now, what is in-kind? In-kind is where the municipality is not just going to give cash as the grant, and that is actually explained in detail in the program policy, which when you go to the website, you can get these documents. It basically defines it here. It says, so the procedure is, first, the application is evaluated by those 5 categories. Then a maximum of $50,000 is included in the budget of each year for this program, and then a maximum of $5,000 per organization is established for financial contributions. A maximum of $2,000 per organization is for in-kind services. What's in-kind services? That is support that is limited to the use of municipal property. So again, instead of cash, it's using municipal property at reduced or no cost, municipal staff, or a loan of municipal equipment. So it's not cash. In kind means basically you're using facilities, staff are being allocated to your program, your cause, or municipal equipment is loaned. And again, that caps out at $2,000 because, of course, the municipality would be in a tough spot if staff hours or space or equipment were being loaned out at a rate more than that. And then, of course, it says certain fees will not be waived, like damage waiver deposits and things like that. So in terms of the rundown, that gives you a sense of, okay, so there's cash, there's in-kind. This report, this is a staff report that I'm holding. Again, that is a result of all the 15 applications. There was one ineligible application that's spelled out here. But then every single applicant is listed out here. And so there's a table. There's the amount that they requested, what kind of funding, whether it was in kind or cash, and the amount. Then the amount that's recommended by the staff. This is put together by the Chief Administrative Officer, the CAO. And if you missed my series about that, you can look back a couple of weeks ago where I talked about how the CAO is the manager of the staff. And so as the expert in these things, the budget is allocated, and then the staff go over the applications and make a recommendation to council. And so that's why the language is the way it is there. The amount recommended here is listed out. And then there's the in-kind recommendation column. And then there's the rationale around why staff, having reviewed the applications, believe that the money should be granted. And so here's just a rundown. The St. Stephen Rural Cemetery, the St. Croix Chamber Orchestra, the Charlotte County Search and Rescue, the Charlotte County Hospital Foundation, St. Croix Wellness and Renewal Center, IWK, Sistema, Charlotte County Housing, St. Stephen Minor Baseball, Chocolate Fest, Red Latin, Compassionate Care Grief Center, and Ganong Nature Park and Chocolate Museum. So the category is listed there. You'll notice the 5 criteria, those 5 categories that I read out are listed out there. And so basically we have, I think that's a grant. There were 15 applications and one was ineligible. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, 14 as expected. That's $37,400 plus that were allocated in the grant. And the remaining balance is $12,500, quite interestingly. And so I wonder if there is kind of already ideas for where to put that next year, but that gives a little bit of a surplus. Out of a maximum of $50,000, we have a balance of $2,500 that were not allocated this year. So again, not sure what this current council is thinking. If I get in the mayor's chair, perhaps I will understand more. I can talk to the CAO and staff and ask more about that. But basically, like I said, community service announcement. If you had requested this funding, because it's a maximum of $5,000 per organization, we do see how some of that was in kind, but some organizations were granted only $2,500 as opposed to the full $5,000 that they asked. And again, there's rationale here, and there's an appendix with individual application summaries as well, if you wanted to dig more into that. But yeah, if you have an organization that you feel meets those criteria, then you can apply for the council grant next year. And like I said, there's a little bit of an outdated poster there on the website, but every year it says 2024. But I think the important date is September 30th. And again, as your mayor, I will remind you of that in September as the date approaches. And frankly, I've never heard of this before, probably because I have my own business, so I'm not in a place to request a grant like this, but you should know about it. Tell all your friends, because this is the kind of thing that makes our community better. If it's allocated in the budget, which we are going to get to, we are going to talk about all $14,903,000 of revenue. No, we're not going to go through this line by line, but it is important for you to understand the categories, the expenditures. I know I'm going to start getting lots of questions about this at the doors, so I want to start sharing with you here and share with you the kind of ways that I will speak to you about the budget and how your money is collected and spent in the years to come. All right, friends, have a great Sunday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, Monday, where I know you're going to want to join me for a lot of good budget fun this week. Cheers. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Take care of your neighbor. BuildUpStStephen.ca. That's where you can find out more about me. Have a great day and see you tomorrow.